Welcome. Today we're talking about dimensional analysis, which is our way of converting from one unit to another unit using conversion factors. We'll do the first two examples together. Here we have our conversion factors. These are going to help us. We're going to use these to convert. We'll use a series of conversion factors in order to do our conversion. Okay, so we'll start with this first one. It says your cruise ship is leaving for a 610 league adventure. How many nautical miles is this? And so we always start with what we're given, and then our goal is to convert to what we're trying to find. In this case, nautical miles is what we're converting to. And so I'll start with what we're given, 610 leagues. 610 leagues. We'll put that over 1. Okay, and so we're starting off with leagues. So I'm going to need to kind of map out a course here to get to where I'm trying to get. Here I've got leagues. I can get from leagues to yards using this conversion factor. And will that help me? Well, yards, I know that there are 3 feet in every yard, and I have a conversion from feet to nautical miles. So that's going to be our goal. We're going to go from leagues to yards to feet to nautical miles. So let's do that. When I'm using my conversion factors, I'm going to put a 1 in the numerator and 1 in the denominator. And the way I choose which direction to orient it, which one goes on top, which one goes on bottom, well, I need to cancel my units diagonally. And so I need leagues on the bottom here of my conversion. And so every 1 league, okay, notice I'm using this conversion right here. 1 league is 5,280 yards. Okay. Well, I'm not to nautical miles yet, so I'm going to have to keep going. I need to go from yards. Now I'm going to go from yards to feet. Every 1 yard is 3 feet. And I'm almost there. I need nautical miles. Luckily, I'm given this conversion up here, nautical miles to feet, and so let's use that one now. Feet to nautical miles. 6,076.11549 feet is 1 nautical mile. All right, and that's what I'm looking for. So notice I've started with leagues. My leagues will cancel out. These units cancel. My yards will cancel out. These units cancel. My feet will cancel out. These units cancel. And then finally I'm left then with nautical miles as my final unit. Let's plug that into our calculator. And so we're going to multiply all the top numbers, all the numerators, and then divide by all the denominators. So let's do that now. 610 times 5,280 times 3, and then if this was any number other than 1, it would matter. We'll go ahead and put it in. Times 1, anything times 1 or divided by 1 is itself. Divided by 1. Divided by 1. For future examples, I'm not going to include the 1s, but just in case you had something else down here, it's a good example. So now I'm going to divide by 6,076.11549. Okay, and what I end up with is 1,590 point, and then I've got some spots after the decimal there. So you'll notice whenever I plug this into my calculator, I can just multiply all the numerators and then divide all the denominators, and that should get you with the answer you're looking for. Now, we have to use significant figure rules, which means I have to look back at all my measured values, ignoring exact values, and round my final answer to the least number of significant figures. I have some exact values here. For example, there are exactly 3 feet in 1 yard. And anytime you see a 1 here, that's an exact value because we're defining a nautical mile by this amount of feet. Okay? And so I'm ignoring, I've got quite a few significant figures here. That's not going to limit me. Looks like my limiting sig figs is going to be my original number. It often is. And so I look at my original number. No decimal is present, so I count from right to left, first non-zero, and everything after, 1, 2. And so I have 2 sig figs in that number. I need to round my answer here to 2 significant figures. So 1,590, this is my second significant figure. I look one beyond. Does it round me up? Yes, it does. And so I get 1,600 nautical miles. That's my answer. Okay, rounded to the correct number of sig figs. All right. Oh, is my face locked up there? Looks like my camera might be locked up. That's okay. All right. Let's see. Let me plug in. Wonder why we're locked up. Oh, well, you can at least still see my worksheet. That's all that matters. You don't need my face. All right. Later, the ship is discovered at 38 fathoms deep underwater. Convert this to meters. I'm going to start with what I'm given, in this case 38 fathoms. We don't even need my face here. Goodbye, face. There we go. Okay. All right. Later, a ship is discovered 38 fathoms deep underwater. Convert it to meters. We're going to start with 38 fathoms. Okay. We need to chart a path here. We need to get to meters. This is going to be kind of a trek. We've got fathoms to feet. Feet, let's do feet to inches, then inches to centimeters, and then there are 100 centimeters in a meter. And we'll use that one. 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. Okay, let's use that path. So we'll start. We got fathoms. We're going to go to feet. Every 1 fathom is 6 feet. We said we're going to go from feet to inches. Notice I'm canceling units throughout. Every 1 foot is 12 inches. Got my feet will cancel. Now my inches need to cancel inches. I'm going to use inches to centimeters here. And so every 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And then finally, centimeters to meters. Every 100 centimeters equals a meter. And so we'll say 100 centimeters in a meter. All right. Plug in just like last time. Make sure my units cancel and make sure I got to where I needed. Fathoms, start with fathoms, feet cancel feet, inches cancel inches, centimeters cancel centimeters, and I'm at meters. Let's plug it in. 38 times 6 times 12 times 2.54 times 1, we'll ignore, divided by 1, divided by 1, divided by 1, divided by 100, and my final answer looks like it's 69.4944. Look back through my values, ignoring exact values. This is an exact conversion, exactly 1 foot and so on. My original number has 2 sig figs. That's going to limit my sig figs, and so 69 meters is my final answer. So there you go. Dimensional analysis. Make sure you always start with what you're given. Make sure you have a nice path to what you're trying to find. Cancel units throughout. They should cancel diagonally. And then round your final answer to the least number of sig figs in your problem. And don't forget units. Have fun.